So I'm going to share with you today my secret step-by-step tutorial on how to accelerate your pipeline by 386% with our secret over the guard wall method. And the typical life of a salesperson is this. It's just rejected. Can I send you this proposal? Rejected. Can I meet with you? Rejected. Can you have a look at this idea? Rejected. And they're constantly getting rejected. And so the key to this method, let me tell you what this method does. It's powerful. Within 4 weeks of using this method within one of my new clients, I was able to meet with the chief risk officer, who was one of the top employers in Australia. This guy was on more than $3.2 million per year. This guy had power. This guy had influence. This guy had prestige. But most importantly, this guy had authority within the company. And it wasn't this question of, hey, what's keeping you up at night? It wasn't that at all. But once we had the conversation, we were able to create $20 million in opportunity. We got instant access to 4 new divisions within the bank. We got instant meetings with the 4 division heads. We got instant large focus group workshops. We got instant access to solving the chief risk officer's problem for him. And Albert hated meeting me. He was one of the division heads. And when he saw me, this was Albert's exact face. And I reached out my hand to him to shake his hand. And I said, thank you so much for meeting me, Albert. And he looked at me like this. And he said, when the chief risk officer asked me to meet someone, I don't really have a choice, do I? And I couldn't believe what he said. So what happens is you've got to get over the wall. That's the guard wall. The executive is the guard wall. You've got to get in front of the executive, because the executives and the decision makers are the key to your success. But what happens to most people, most salespeople, is they end up with nerd syndrome. They end up hanging out with all the people that don't have the decision-making authority, and they're happy to review your technology, and they're happy to ask you questions, and they're happy to put you through RFPs, but they're not the decision makers. So you end up spinning your wheels with these people that are non-decision makers. And then you always get the excuses and you get rejected of, I've got no time, I've got no money, I've got no urgency, it wasn't approved, too expensive, we have no budget, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I want you to avoid this in your career. So the over the guard wall method means that you jump over the guard wall, you get to the executive, and he opens the door to the rest of the people within his group. And what happens is you end up becoming the authority. You end up becoming the champion of solving that problem for your executive. Imagine if you could then carry that authority to solve the problem for your executive, because that's what salespeople should be doing anyway, isn't it? That we should be solving problems. And so when most salespeople say to me, I can't get in front of executives, you know why? I'll give you the number one reason. It's because they don't put the time, energy, and effort into meeting the executives. You should have a daily routine of reaching out to executives and decision makers within your key accounts so that you can really scale your sales performance. So you can scale your sales performance. You have to spend time with executives. And here's a mindset that you need to adopt. You have the ability to give value to your executives. You know something that they don't. You have a unique insight that you can give them that they would have never known if you didn't add that value to their lives. So be brave. Focus on connecting with executives, because they're going to be the door openers, and you're going to stop wasting time. You're going to accelerate pipeline, and you're going to get right to the decision maker. That's what I want you to do, because I want you to be successful. I'll see you next time. If you need more information, go to oscar-chavez.com. Thank you very much.